Hey everyone, today is September 24th, 2025. We're going to go over how the portfolio is doing, a little overview of that, and I also want to talk about crypto staking, how that's going, dividend payments, as well as options. So we're going to go through all that today. So investing overall, my individual portfolio, it's almost reaching 24 grand. Today, pretty flat. For the past week, pretty flat. Past month, up 3.5%. All right, nice. Past 3 months, wow, whopping 7.28%. Try to find that in a savings account. And then for 2025, even better. I like the looks of that, 8.74%. So on this amount of money, that's almost 2 grand gain from just investing in the stock market, as well as making a little bit of profit from options. So I'm happy with that, but just keep in mind that investing in the stock market, this could plummet to zero tomorrow. You never know. But right now, we're happy. It's up. So, okay, let's look at options first. So I want to show you, recently, I've been into the whole Cracker Barrel thing. Very volatile stock recently. It's calmed down a little bit, but with that logo change fiasco, it made their stock price plummet. It recovered a little bit, but still very volatile, and higher volatility means that you can get better deals on options. So we can click on Cracker Barrel and we can see what happened recently. So I had a Cracker Barrel call credit spread, and so at one point I opened up that spread and made some money on it, and then I decided, it's going to expire in the future. It's probably very, very good chance it's going to expire worthless at $0, which means I keep the full profit amount once it expires and closes out automatically. Or I could say, hey, I'll buy this back real cheap just to close it and free up the money right now, so then I can turn around and put another credit spread or do whatever I want with the money. And that's what I did. So instead of waiting for expiration for this to close in the American style options, which is this, I can close them early. And so you can see here, September 23rd, order to close one Cracker Barrel call credit spread has been filled. Average price of $3 per call credit spread. Your order is complete. Now notice, and then down here it says 2 credit spreads for Cracker Barrel. I think I had 3 altogether. Just the order that these go through, they don't always execute everything at the same time. They might do, okay, 1 goes through, the next 2 go through, maybe 4 at a time, 5 at a time. But whatever big order you put in, it'll try to execute as many as it can. So then not all of your orders will go through all at the same time. But let's click on view order. Let's just look at what was going on here. So we have Cracker Barrel call credit spread. The lower strike price was $67.50. Upper strike price was $70, expiring 10/17. So that's roughly a little less than a month from now. And I could have held on to it, see the price decline all the way to 0, and then once it expires, then my profit is realized and I get to keep 100% of the profit. Or I could say I want to close it early, which I did. See there, my limit price was 5 cents. So that's me telling them, hey, I have 5 cents to spend to buy this back, buy this whole credit spread back to close it. and I'm willing to spend 5 cents or less on it. And for options, they only trade in 5-cent increments, at least all the ones I've seen. And so you can't say, oh, I only want to spend a penny to close this, or I only want to spend 3 cents to close this. But notice how our filled quantity was at 3 cents. That wasn't me, that was them. I'm not sure if it's an algorithm or some human trader on the other end that makes deals and does a bunch of things all at once, saying, hey, instead of filling all these at 5 cents each, are you willing to take 3 cents? And the other party says, yeah, that's fine. So whatever goes on the other end of that, that's what happened automatically. That's out of our control. So you see their final cost was 3 cents each plus 8-cent regulatory fees. And remember, one contract controls 100 shares. 3 cents times 100 is $3 plus the 8 cents. So the total cost to close this was $3.08. Pretty good deal, because you could see the realized profit was $57. And that shows you all the info, the two different legs of this deal. 4 cents minus 1 cent, 3 cents. And that's how that closed. So I closed it, made $57, awesome, freed up all that capital that was set aside to execute those legs if those calls went through. So I wanted to show you that. And then since that freed up some capital, I went ahead and opened 8 Cracker Barrel call credit spreads. Went a little crazy there, but it was $50 per credit spread. As you can see, if everything goes my way, by 10/17, I hope that the Cracker Barrel strike price, or I hope that the price of the stock stays below $47.50, because that's the lower leg of this call credit spread. And if that happens, at the end of that, I will realize a profit of almost $400 on these 8 credit spreads. So I just want to show you that, an example of those limit prices and what I'm doing with that. Okay, options, pending orders. We have a lot of ultis open. I set these for 5 cent limit. That's as low as I can go, saying that I own these stocks and I'm trying to sell calls on them. These are still pending. I put them on good till canceled, so they're just sitting there. These haven't gone through yet. Very low either volatility or volume, and these just aren't executing. They're just sitting here. So every once in a while, the ones that have expiration dates coming up quickly, I just go ahead and cancel those and then push it out further. My guess is maybe it's just too low of volume. So just a warning with these ulti stocks, I'm having trouble selling calls on them. That was my plan, to buy and own them, collect the dividends, and sell calls on them at the same time. But right now, I mean, they're still paying dividends. So, I mean, they're serving their main purpose. I would just like to make a little extra money on selling calls on them. Most of them have not gone through. Only one of them has. The other options here, okay, YMAG, one sell to open. I'm trying to get that through. That expires on 10/17. Oh, $55 put. That strike price might be a little too low, and that's why it hasn't executed yet. But, I mean, if you look on put details, you can see that the bid-ask spread is pretty tight here. 5 cents for bid, 10 cents for ask. The last trade was at 9 cents, and I put my order in for 10 cents. So, I would expect this to execute pretty quickly. I mean, volume's 36, open interest is 850. That's enough to have these deals go through. I'm not really sure why it's not executing yet. If it did, it would probably go through at maybe 10 cents, maybe 9 or 8 cents. But the only bids, the only asks I can put in are either 10 cents or 5 cents. So I'm just going to leave it at 10 cents and see what happens. So we'll just leave that. And it is also a good till canceled. So if it doesn't execute today, it's going to try tomorrow and the next day and the next day until I cancel it. All right, and then you can look at positions held. I have some Cracker Barrel spreads, an O that already went through earlier. YMAX, one lucky ulti that went through, and then some TLT spreads. Now this one TLT spread, the lower strike price is $89. Let's click on that one. This is the one that's coming up the soonest, 1017. You can see the price up here, top left corner, $88.88, just below the $89 strike price. I am cutting it close. My break-even price is $89.21. I want the stock to stay below that price in order for me to make any money on this. And you can see that I received average credit 21 cents to open up this call credit spread. If I wanted to buy to close it, I'd have to pay 41 bucks to do it. So I'm not going to close it. I'm just going to let it ride for now and risk it and hope that it doesn't rise above my lower strike price. And you can see these other TLT spreads are further out with further higher up strike prices, so they're a little safer, and there's more time for that strike price to climb up or down to those, and I have more time to manage it if things turn against me. Okay, so that's all about the options I wanted to show you. Let's look at crypto staking. So one way to get to that is to look at your history for the staking as well as the dividends, and click on the little stack of money on the bottom right, and you go to recent history, click show more, and then we can filter by different things, which is great. So let's just focus on crypto. Go to staking. There we go. So I started staking in June. I staked $66.67 of Solana, SOL. And then I also staked some ETH, some Ethereum, $233.24. And you can see these earnings for the Solana. It's about once a week. So we have small amounts of staking rewards coming in, 4 cents, 7 cents, 10 cents. And the ETH is 18 cents, 32 cents, 26 cents. So you see we get some little interest payments on these coming in automatically. It's on autopilot, don't have to think about it. And those will just increase over time. Let's just focus on individual accounts. What do we want to do? We want dividends. Okay, lots of pending stuff, but let's just look to what was realized. For example, in September so far, we got, you can look at a history of all the stocks that are paying you dividends. You can pause the video where you like to check out what all's being paid in here. My current strategy is, if the stock is cheap enough where I could put in a sell put to outright buy 100 shares of the stock, I'll just let it give me the dividend and that's it. But if it's more expensive than that, I'll let it automatically reinvest the dividend for me into the same stock. That's called DRIP, DRIP, and you can turn that on or off for individual stocks. I have a separate video where I show you where to find that if you're interested in that. And let's look at some of those bigger dividend payments. Let's check those out. For example, YMAG. You can see $16.63. Scroll up. Another YMAG, $28.63. Anything else? Oh, another one, $28.01. So YMAG is a stock that pays weekly. But the thing with that, although it's like, oh, sweet, get paid weekly, the amount can vary a lot. So September 5th, first dividend that went through roughly 200 shares, about 8 cents a share, so $16.63. So that was the first payment, about 8 cents a share. Next one was 14 cents a share. Wow, it went up. And the next one was roughly 14 cents a share. But because of the nature of what this fund is doing, it's very frequent, kind of volatile because they're playing with options. So because of that volatility, the amount per share is going to change every week. So if the underlying funds are doing well, you'll probably get higher dividend. If not, they'll cut the dividend. So it's not a consistent amount every single week, but it is weekly, so that's cool. What else do we have? Alti is another weekly dividend. We can see that paid out $63 off of 700 shares, 9 cents a share. So that's the first one. So 9 cents a share. Next week was also 9 cents a share. This one 9 cents a share. So it's been pretty stable. And then we have some upcoming dividends. So this is a good screen to look at your history, and you can sort, you can filter by different accounts. You can filter by all these different types, such as orders, stocks and ETFs, options, dividends, interest payments, rewards, different stuff like that. You can see my interest payments. This is just my money that is sitting there not doing anything. Though Robinhood will pay you an interest payment because in the background they're making money on your money with their own little interest. And the interest payments vary because when you have money locked away ready to buy an order, I don't think they earn interest on it. So you're not earning interest on that specific money. But if it's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, then you will earn interest. If you have a free Robinhood account, the interest is very, very low, but it is something. But if you get a gold account, then they do pay, I think currently it is a 4% interest. No, it went down. So recently the Fed lowered their interest rates, and if they lower their interest rates, then pretty much everyone else does. All the banks lower their interest rates. So that means that typically savings accounts, you won't earn as much money. That interest rate is going to go down, which is what happened here. A positive of that is usually mortgage rates go down as well. So, it's not necessarily a good or bad thing when interest rates go down, but in this particular case, I'm not earning as much money as I had before, But Robinhood, along with everybody else, they look to the banks, they look to the Fed. So if they notice that everyone else is lowering their rates, they're going to lower their rates too. So instead of earning 4% APY with gold, it's currently at 3.75% APY. And then if you have a free account, I think it's going to be really low, like less than 1%, less than 0.5%, something like that. You could probably make more money in a regular savings account, or if you have a bunch of money you want to invest, then just go ahead and buy the gold and invest it here. And you see cash earning interest, $0, because all of it is locked up, ready to purchase, execute option spreads and stuff like that at any moment. So that's why it's not earning any interest right now. But you can see interest accrued this month is 51 cents. Lifetime interest paid is $29.78. So I mean, it's not a fortune, but it's something. So that's everything. That's the portfolio. Talked about options, some crypto staking, some dividend payments, and hey, while we're at it, let's just look at profit and loss. Scroll down. Last thing I'll show you, to profit and loss section. We're set on the year to date. Everything, stocks, options, blah blah. I've made a profit of a little over $1,000, which is great. And you can also sort by only looking at, say, stocks and ETFs. Lost money on that because I closed out some old stocks I didn't want anymore at a loss. Whatever. And then, but if you look at options, the more interesting one, lots of green bars there. I like to see that. So I've made $1,884 in profit from options, from just a little money made on selling calls or selling puts or selling call credit spreads. That's mostly where that's all coming from. And you see the past week, those Cracker Barrels have been good to me. You can see call credit spreads, made money on those. And notice there's a little tricky. So notice this TLT $92 call 9/22 expiration. I lost $25 on it. But then if you see the TLT $91.50 call 9/22 expiration, I made $35 on it. These are the separate legs. You need to take them together to realize that I opened one at $35, closed the other one at $0, and the total money made was $35 for profit. So it's a little kind of misleading if you're not realizing what's going on. These are listing the different legs. So one leg might lose a little money, but because the other leg made more money than what was lost on the other one, take that together as a pair, and that's the profit that you made, or sometimes the loss. So that's why that's a little misleading. But this little bar chart is helpful because you can see right away, green is good, red is bad. And that's how you read that. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, go ahead, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.